Okay, so we're ready to sew him up.
Yeah. We're going to put his...
Okay, I get to sit up.
Alright. We'll beep that out.
Oh.
YouTube doesn't often allow swearing in their videos, and I've got like 12-year-old subscribers. You alright? You got it? Good to go?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to slide the mannequin in,
Okay.
and then you'll see his little face take shape. Of course, it will be a loose shape, but it'll be a shape.
Yeah.
So, let's see. He looks
What's up,
like
Roxanne?
Hello, Rock! So, you see, his little face looks like a squirrel face.
Come on.
Okay. That mannequin is a bit big for him, I think. He's like a chubby squirrel. Push up a bit, boy. You're going to be... He's just going to fit in this casing. Alright, so I'll start the stitch, and then I'll get you to finish it. I'm really afraid. I think I left... There's that roll. Did you have a good trip, Rocky? There's a little mini pincher here. So, you'll hear his little toenails clicking on the floor. Yes, Rocky. You've got a squirrel up here.
That looks like a really small eye on that.
Yeah, it is. Okay. This is just like I showed you with the... You go on the inside and you pierce up through. Last time when I did Shasta, I did the wiring after I had her stitched up, which was harder for me to do, which is why I did him before.
How would you do it after? Just poke it right through the bodice?
Yep.
I suppose because there's no hooked anything underneath.
No.
It would still be a little bit more tricky, I think.
Alright, bend your water down, little fella. Alright, so we want to keep this on the inside, or it will be poking up through the string here. That goes down, and then you go back to the other side. And then that just keeps it tight, and you see how he's cinched up. He's closing. So I'll do a few more, and then I'll get you to finish him up. Gotta be aware of the wires too. You can still see that?
Mm-hmm.
And tails. And then we'll blow dry him after we get him all stitched up, because that'll help his hair be fluffy.
Mm-hmm. Pouvier.
Yeah. Alright, this is getting pretty tight. I might have to cut some of his belly out. It's like, that's not gonna close.
Lipo him.
Yeah, we're gonna have to lipo this little guy.
Okay. So we just have to pretty much...
Pull the cotton balls
I
out.
was just gonna say, pull the ball out.
There we go. That'll work.
So even if you make a mistake and overjet the cotton balls, you can add or subtract them to
Yep.
make your taxidermy look the size it needs to be.
Yeah.
I think that's a good point to make for the viewers.
Yeah, so that if you can mess up a little bit, it's not the end of the world. Just take your cotton batting out.
Mm-hmm.
And if he needs a little bit more of a belly, you can stick it in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to stitch him to about here, and then I'll get you to finish him up. I'm just going to cut this for the sake of time. I'm just going to get a couple other things to set up for him while you're doing that.
Mm-hmm. We can just cut that, eh?
Let's see. Is that just an extra one poking through? Let's see. Yeah, we can just cut that because that's the that's from the mannequin. There we go.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because this is a different thread. Just make sure your stitches are good and tight.
They definitely are.
Alright. Yeah, his eyes are right here, so. Actually dried up to a nice color. Alright, so we'll just let you finish that up and we'll cut the video to when we're ready to do the face.
Mm-hmm.
Having fun?
Mm-hmm.
So for his face we're going to be using the clay, which is natural modeling clay. You can get this at the Dollarama. That's where I've got it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's in the craft section. Pretty easy to find, although they like to hide it on the bottom racks because it's heavy. So they can't put it on the top, it'll break through. So his face is looking pretty long there, and you have to fill that out, make him more round. The first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to cut the holes for his eyes, because we're going to stick his eyes in there after we get some of the clay. So we just take scissors push down and snip until you're just like making a hole in the batting. I'm also going to cut these eyes. They're a little long. I'm just going to snip them so that it's just a little bit of the tip left remaining.
Because
if not, they'll be...
how the eyes are in?
No. Because it still has...
Because they're going to be radiating to the clay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's got enough of a tip on it.
Okay, so the clay's going behind the eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure that those go in there. Yeah, those will go in there. So this is usually a semi-tricky part, is sticking it in his mouth and getting it as far up as possible. And just kind of squishing that into the mannequin so that it gets kind of stuck.
Squishing it right in his mouth?
Yeah, but it goes past his mouth, it goes up further into his cheeks, and then once we're in the cheeks, I press down, and that squishes, because clay's wet, it squishes, and it really...
Kind of holds the cheeks together.
Yeah, and it's, you know when you're playing with Play-Doh on carpet when you're a kid, and you're squishing the Play-Doh in, it doesn't come out? That's what we're doing. And that gives him a little bit of a bottom jaw look too. You don't want him to be doing a scream.
Why not?
Well, that's more rogue. We're going for a natural look. You can do rogue taxidermy on your own time.
I'll stick to this then.
Yeah. And he's going to have a rounder face than Shasta because his face is naturally rounder.
Now that clay, that doesn't harden up or anything?
It does harden.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So you just gotta keep it in the fridge?
Nope, just keep it airtight.
Okay. That works.
Yeah. Yeah, he's looking good. So I think I'm going to put his eyes in. Hope this doesn't go sailing across the room when I get this in here. Oh, I got the eye locked in a pair of tweezers, and I'm hoping that it doesn't pop out and go zinging across the room. So you gotta pull the eyelid out, because you don't want to get a lot of glue onto that. I'm usually a lot closer to them when I do this. I'm usually like right nose to nose. Some people might find that a little disturbing, but I like to get in as close with the creatures I'm working with as possible, because I can see them better. And I just feel like they're there, so.
I think he's looking pretty good.
Yep, think so too.
Went right in,
Hmm?
Yeah, I went right in.
Yeah, it needs to be adjusted a little bit, but it'll be alright. It's just finding that hole that I did. And then pulling the eyelids out. Because eyelids have to be the eye has to be behind the eyelids.
Yeah, it'll just pop it back out.
Yeah, and it also looks really, really weird. Alright, you got some glue on your face, boy. But you're looking very good. Alright, one eye's looking better than the other. That's all down to shaping. It's hard with the camera in the way. I'm like a foot away from him. Alright. What kind of expression are you going for with him? A happy squirrel?
Yes.
Okay. There you go, buddy. His eyelid was inside out. There you go. He's gonna look kind of sleepy. That's just the way he's going. He looks cute. He looks very cute. Alright, so now we're gonna work on his mouth a bit more.
What more do we have to do to his mouth?
Mostly just tucking.
Just make sure the clay's not showing and stuff.
Yeah. I might run a little stitch in there. And then afterwards, kind of pinch his cheeks and make his cheeks look wider than his lips, because the way the squirrel skull is. Alright, so I'm just going to run a couple stitches in his mouth. Now I didn't run stitches for Shasta because she was open mouth squirrel for her teeth to be showing through. Now I'm going to do this so that the string can be removed afterwards, because once he's dry you can just very lightly pull the string out. I'm just going to do a 3-point contact.